I say when I was about 13, I found a book in the library by Jess Stern, and it was talking about hypnosis and the silver mind control method. And by the time I was 13, I was having a lot of social anxiety. Didn't know what it was then, but I wasn't a happy person. And so this first idea of I can be a better person by changing my mind, by practicing some form of mind control. Probably my introduction to meditation, actually. Then I went to college at Clemson University and studied financial management. It's hard to believe now. But, ended up working for a bank for several years. And then I hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine in 1990. So just before hiking the trail, I say it was about 87, I was going to a Unity church, which taught me a lot about positive thinking and the power of the mind. Had some amazing manifestations just by putting my attention on things that I wanted. So at church and the bookstore, the lady who was running the bookstore invited me to a Reiki share. And I'd heard of Reiki through my mom, who had taken a class when she was living out in Dallas. And Reiki is a hands-on form of energy healing that anyone can learn to do. So I was already having some health challenges at that point in time. You might call it a candida yeast infection, but it was so systemic that it was progressing toward environmental illness. So that if I walked down the grocery store aisle, I could nearly pass out from just the fragrances. So I was, by a number of different people, put on different paths. One of them I experienced was muscle testing, foods, and learning how to do elimination diets to help my body get more stable and more healthy. And so Reiki being introduced to me, I was like, oh, I'll take that class. It was a nice weekend-long class and beautiful experience. And the whole idea is you put your hands on yourself, you let all the love that is flow through you. It's been practiced in many different forms. In the Christian churches, they call it laying on of hands, and the Eastern teachings, maybe Qigong, or in China, they practice something called Tui Na, where they work on the acupressure points. So I guess I have an affinity for healing and energy and awareness. I believe that I've been an empath all of my life, and empath, if you don't know that term, is like you feel what other people feel. But for me anyway, it never really had the clarity of, oh, I'm feeling what you're feeling, or I'm resonating with what you're feeling. It's that I can tell, I just pick up on, there's a disturbance in the force, if you will. I'm a Star Wars and Star Trek analogy person, and that would make me feel uncomfortable or anxious. I am a classic codependent in that, my goal in life was try to make everybody happy, and that probably led me down the path to doing healing work for people, because I'm trying to help them feel better. The one thing that I enjoyed in financial management was this idea of management consulting, where you listen to people's problems and you try to help them fix them. So instead of doing it with money, which as I discovered, I'm relatively dyslexic, so working with numbers is not a good idea for me. But working with energy, I'm quite adept, and working with thought patterns, I'm even also maybe more adept. So